Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa. You probably already know that because you're here. My son is napping in the other room and I don't normally film YouTube videos during the day, so we're gonna see how this works out. Hopefully he won't wake up, but that's why I'm kind of talking in hushed tones, so we'll see how it goes. So this video was actually requested by you guys over on Instagram. I got questions about my kitchen, my fridge, my pantry, and we're just gonna start with pantry, see how it goes, see if anybody actually cares, and yeah, so let's do it. Real quick, it's very important that we do a huge make like siren sounds here disclaimer for this video. My pantry is never this clean. It usually has the same organization system as I'm about to show you, but it is never this clean and organized. What I will say is I didn't take anything out that I don't want you to see. I'm not doing that. And I didn't add anything or buy anything so that it looks like this. So everything that you see in my pantry is stuff that I totally keep in my pantry, the healthy, the not healthy, but yeah, it's not normally this clean. I normally watch Pantry Tour YouTube videos and they're like all healthy food, and that's just not how I live my life. That's not how my husband lives his life. My husband eats the standard American diet. I try to eat healthy, but I also mix it up with whatever I want to eat. So yeah, you're gonna see really cool healthy stuff, but you're also gonna see like Girl Scout cookie boxes and Kraft mac and cheese, because this is not my pantry, this is our pantry, and yeah, sometimes I eat that stuff too. So without further ado, let's go in my pantry and I'll show you what I've got. All right, so real quick, I wanted to get a good angle of everything in one shot. At the very top, I have the big pots and pans that I don't always use, plus randomly Chemex filters. And then in this, I have like my beverage row. I've got like my creamers and my vital proteins, coffee, and then over here is like bread and super perishable stuff. Then we have this snack shelf. This is where all of our snacks live. Then we have our baking shelf. Then we have our cooking pantry, cooking stuff shelf. And on the very bottom, we have reusable storage bags and the stuff I use to make my cold brew coffee. Okay, now that I've explained it in brief terms, let's go in and take a closer look. Also, it's probably worth showing that our pantry is right here and then our kitchen is over here. Let's start from the top down. In the top, we've got all of these big pots and pans. I'm going to be honest with you, that Staub one was won in a giveaway and the Le Creuset one was given to me from Nut Pods when I created the pink drink with their vanilla lemon creamer. So I did not pay for either of those expensive stock pots, definitely not on my budget, but I'm grateful for it. And then this and this are big pots I got on my wedding registry from Crate and Barrel. I have Chemex filters and then some unused storage things. I think they're for cereal, but we don't really keep cereal around that often, so they're kind of empty, and I don't know. If you have an idea for what I should use them for besides cereal, let me know in the comments. This shelf is not quite eye-line, but just slightly above eye-line. You can see like me just standing straight. My reach is like right there. On the left side of this shelf, I have coffee, and then we have our bread and like perishable bread stuff here. So we have naan for a recipe later this week. This is the sourdough I buy. It's called Troubadour Bakery, and we get it from a local grocery store. And then I don't know what else is back here. Some tortillas. Then I have my little Nut Pod supply. I put my two favorites on top. Obviously I have some in my fridge, but caramel is my very favorite flavor, followed by chocolate just because it doesn't froth quite as well, but to be honest, I have a lot of iced coffee. Then back here I've got oat creamer. They actually sent me some oat creamer after I had already purchased my own, so that's why I have so much. Like there's another thing here. Then we have my vital protein stash, which I'm not gonna lie is quite enormous, but I'm gonna preface by saying a lot of this stuff was actually gifted. So those stick packs, you've seen those on my Instagram probably, those were actually from Costco, but the lattes were for a giveaway that I photographed. The creamers I bought. This Recovery and Pre-Wave, the performance line, I haven't tried yet, but they did send it to me. And then this is the unflavored peptides, which is obviously what I use the most because it's right in front, and I bought that as Costco. So this and the stick packs are from Costco, and I highly recommend stocking up on Costco vital protein stuff because it's just really affordable, but all the specialty stuff I order from their website. Also, and this is kind of random, I don't recommend ordering Vital Proteins collagen from Amazon just because sometimes it's not shipped really well and it is sensitive to heat and stuff. So if you start tasting your collagen or it doesn't dissolve well from Vital Proteins and you buy it from Amazon, that's probably why it's just not shipped well, or it arrives and it's in the cold or the hot or something. So I recommend actually getting it from Vital Proteins website or from Costco. Next up is my snack shelf, which is at about chest level. It's the easiest part to grab, so we can grab a snack and we can kind of see everything right at this level of the shelf. Again, not always this organized, but it's always on this shelf. On the left, I have these tortilla chips. They're actually from a Madison company and they're seasoned. They're super good. But then we totally have like normal snacks. We have Ritz crackers back here. My husband really likes these cheese puffs. They're actually like pretty good. The ingredients are pretty good. These Costco animal crackers were for a recipe and I bought a ton of them, way more than I thought I needed because I was making a double batch for a party. So now we have a lot of animal crackers, but they're pretty good. And then I have these Nourisher bars. I buy these boxes on Thrive Market, but then they actually sent me this box because I kept tagging them on Instagram because I love them so much. They're nursing bars and I'm currently nursing, so they're very beneficial. And my favorite one is the chocolate banana flavor. In the back, you have pretzel crisps. That's the big Costco bag. I actually buy the organic pretzel crisps from Costco, and they're really, really good. But normally they're in the front of the shelf because we do eat them pretty often, but because the bag's so tall, I just kind of put it in the back so you can see everything else in front. We have some Siete grain-free tortilla chips. We've got jalapeno lime, and I think this is Chipotle. Yeah, Chipotle barbecue. That's what we have on hand right now. And then these are all my Thrive snacks. So this popcorn, we have like a microwave popper where you just like pour it into this thing and microwave it, and you don't need any oil or anything. Sometimes we add coconut oil, but I really recommend this sprouted popcorn from Thrive. And then these are also from Thrive, these hunks. They're chocolate covered. They're not shiny because they're more natural, but they're really good. Those are the ingredients. Hue Kitchen. They also have like little different almonds and different nuts, so those are good too. I love these two. Also from Thrive, cookies. These are the ginger spice ones, but they're kind of like nutty, but they taste more like a cookie than a cracker to me. There's super simple ingredients. They're like paleo and grain-free everything, but they're really good. Then these sriracha cashews and pistachios. I really love pistachios. These are super expensive to buy them without shells, but honestly, I'd rather buy this and actually eat them than something less healthy that I will eat faster. So I really like these. I just get them at my local grocery store. And yes, I'm not gonna hide these from you guys. I have 4 different flavors of Girl Scout cookies. There were really cute girls outside of my grocery store selling them for $5 a box, and I knew my husband would be so excited if I brought them home. So I did. Then these crackers are so good. They're Costco crackers, gluten-free, vegan. I don't think they're grain-free. Yeah, there's corn in them, but they're really good. And this is the flavor that I like the best. I order from Thrive. And then this is just kind of like a messy, random thing. I've got collagen bars, chocolate bars, I don't know, gum, all kinds of random stuff in there. I forgot to mention these rice cakes. Again, from Thrive Market. You're probably noticing a trend because I order most of my pantry stuff on Thrive Market. But these rice cakes are so good. I don't know about you, but I just love rice cakes. I don't know if it's just like because I did Weight Watchers 10 years ago or what, but like I still truly love rice cakes. Next up is the baking shelf. So all of my baking stuff is here. It is not usually this organized, but I'm gonna try really hard to keep it up. I've got some baking mixes here, some Simple Mills brownie, some paleo birch benders, and then I've got this on, I haven't used it or tried it yet, the gluten-free pumpkin bread mix, and then a yellow cake mix as well. I've got oats. What else do I have? I think I have like coconut milk and stuff back there. More coconut milk. I randomly have, my husband makes peanut butter and honey sandwiches a lot, so there's honey right there. And then just the normal cast of characters, sugar, flour, all kinds of random Bob's Red Mill, like nut flours. And then I do also buy like baking soda and baking powder on Thrive. And back there's like maca and cacao nibs and stuff. Oh, and coconut, I use that a lot for oats. So I also have in here like powdered peanut butter as well as this almond butter. I really like Wild Friends peanut butter the best, but I don't have any on hand right now. My husband uses Skippy peanut butter. But yeah, almond butter and stuff like that is in the baking shelf. And then these are all my spices. So I have like my homemade spice mixes and then
stuff like that, like kind of more bulk spices. But most of my bulk spices, which I think are on an Instagram story highlight if you're more interested, are all from Penzeys. Penzeys Spices is my spice brand of choice. So all my bulk spices are in there, and then I use the bulk spices to refill my jars, which are not in my pantry, in another place in my kitchen. All right, so this is the second to bottom shelf. I do use this shelf almost as frequently as my snack shelf, and that is my cooking stuff. So let me show you. So normal pasta and stuff is in there. That Hidden Valley Ranch I have, like there's totally normal stuff in here. I'm looking at you, Kraft mac and cheese, and I'm not gonna hide it from you guys. Like I have a normal pantry with normal stuff, not all perfectly healthy stuff. Wild rice is my favorite, so that's in there as well. And then falafel mix we use quite frequently, especially for like a chicken, like a falafel crusted chicken. It's really good. Then I have my huge selection of Banza. I buy my Banza from Thrive Market, but it's actually quite affordable at other places like Costco and Target. Banza is a chickpea pasta, and literally the ingredients are the same for all of the shapes. I really like this rice, but it's more like a risotto because it is pasta-y. But yeah, it's super filling because it's a chickpea pasta, but it's also gluten-free. I've got rotini that I've used before, alphabets, shapes, and wheels right now. That's what I've got on hand. Then I just have some other random pasta. I've got mac and cheese for my husband because he kind of likes to make them on the weekends for like a quick lunch or something if I'm busy. What else do I have? Rice, quinoa, some green beans just in case. There's a lot of cans back there, just like beans and soup and random stuff that we don't use that often, but like to have on hand. And then I have all kinds of like sauces and like liquid pantry staples that don't need to be refrigerated. So I have this vodka sauce. I have this new, they actually sent this to me, just FYI, I didn't buy it, the green enchilada sauce. I've already had the red. It's super good. There's a recipe for how I made it, like a paleo version on my Instagram. And then I also have a ton of Siete unopened sauces. I try to open the sauces one at a time, and I have a Chipotle one right now. So these were also sent to me, just FYI. Don't just buy every flavor randomly. They were sent to me. This Farm Market avocado oil is really good. I do recommend it. I have one in the kitchen right now, but this is just a second one to have on hand. And then I have like vinegars and oils and stuff. I don't use quite, like there's red wine vinegar and stuff I don't use all the time, kind of in the back there, but I do use apple cider vinegar pretty frequently, so I have a big jar of it from Thrive Market right there. And then like broths and stuff, I've got cornmeal, I've got oatmeal, and yes, I have vegetable oil because sometimes you need vegetable oil. I'm gonna be real with you guys. So I'm sitting on the floor right now if you can't already tell. And now on to the bottom shelf. I've got the stuff that I use to make my cold brew on the very bottom. So this I use to soak the coffee grounds, and this I use to keep it in my fridge. I've been purchasing my cold brew lately. I'm kind of on a kick where I'm not making it myself. The price difference isn't actually as huge as you'd think, but I do like making it at home, and nowhere sells decaf cold brew. So I like to make decaf when I can. So that's what I use this for. And then in these bags, it's literally just all reusable bags that I'll use when I go to Fresh Time or wherever. And they're in all, like this one is smaller, and these ones are obviously bigger. This is like a refrigerated one I got at Whole Foods. So they're all different sizes for different occasions. And again, because I'm gonna be real with you, I've got paper plates, and yes, I have plastic cups left over from a party. So the thing about single-use plastic is it's really, really hard to avoid, and coming up with alternatives for single-use plastic requires a lot of research depending on what kind of single-use plastic product you're using. I try my very best, but I sometimes go to Starbucks and have a plastic cup and stuff, and it's really hard when you get a lot of negativity online for stuff like that. I wish instead of people reaching out to me about my choice to sometimes having a plastic cup, that people would instead reach out to Starbucks or wherever I am, reach out to those companies directly and say, hey, there's a plant solution for this plastic XYZ. You should consider using that for your company. I think that's much more productive than being negative to random people online. So there's my random rant about plastic. Obviously, I try to avoid it, but sometimes when I use it, I try to take action and go to companies that aren't using it, but it's not always possible. I've been sitting on the ground for these last two shelves, and now I'm kind of tired and I don't really want to get up.
but I'm like reaching distance from my snacks. And my son is still napping. So maybe I'll just sit here and have a snack on the floor. Wait, first I should do an outro. Let me stand up and do an outro, and then I'll have a snack. Thank you guys so much for watching this pantry tour. I hope you saw some stuff in here that you might want to pick up for yourself, got some inspiration, and again, please don't compare your messy pantry to mine. Mine is usually super messy. I just wanted to show you everything I have, which I normally have, just in a more beautiful and organized way. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Bye.